As we go for a local drive. In the cemetery, there's a flood advisory. Today has been very hot and humid. I believe the high was somewhere to 97 degrees, but the real field weather said 105. And this is the result of this. The pressure in the environment has made it so right now, right before 3 p.m. There's this torrential rain coming down. Look how beautiful everything looks. The air is gradually getting cooler than it was the whole day. Let's make a turn over here. Still very foggy, very hazy. And this is Woodland Cemetery, perhaps one of the most famous cemeteries that there is in Pennsylvania. In it you see a lot of trees by any trees that you won't find in other places. They were planted here, if I'm not mistaken, by John Bartram, but I could be mistaken. You can read up on it. The trees that you'll find here you won't find in a lot of other areas of the country or even the world, because they're a collection of different trees that were planted throughout this man's exploration. Visibility is low. The windows are open. You can hear the sounds of the weather. We'll just stop for a second so you can hear. Let me just turn off the windshield wipers. Isn't that beautiful? The way that the rain comes down with such force. Let's close this window a little bit to the right. Some water's coming in here. Still beautiful. Make sure everything's covered. Okay, we'll continue in a second. Some people don't like to drive while it's raining. I do, as long as I can see where I'm going. See, there's a car in front of us. See the flashes of lightning. Hear the thunder as it rolls through. Southwest Philadelphia. There's really no reason to speed up or slow down. I mean, there's no reason to speed up. Go on a constant pace. See if we can make our way around. Again, visibility is pretty low. We will go as slow as possible and as weather permits. Take it all in, making our way around this roundabout very slowly. Speaking of flooding, a lot of the streets inside of this place are flooded already. And it might be a good idea to, I've seen people driving with the lights off when the weather's like this, which doesn't make a lot of sense because you're already hard to spot, and you never know the condition of the driver next to you. There's a chance to use your driving skills, but also to get good photographic opportunities. One of those things that when everybody's going inside, you go the other way. You go outside and you see what the weather permits. What you don't want to do for a long period of time in weather like this is park under a tree. You don't want to necessarily speed in a place like this because there might be people still walking around with their head down, not watching you. You can't see them. You can't really see potholes. So you go as slow as possible as we see some flashes of lightning. Hear the thunder. For a long period of time, there were some downed trees. This is the kind of storm that at the end of it, you'll see trees down all over the place. You'll see streets flooded, undrained. What do you like to do when it rains? And this is the kind of rain that will really cool a day off, as long as it rains for a long time and just doesn't stop right away, because you do need time for all of this moisture in the air to get out. If it stops right away, the day will just be muggy for a long period of time. Sometimes the best thing to do on weather like this is to say nothing, just take it all in. Don't be so quick to occupy all the silences with noise. Reminds me of that meme, don't speak unless you can improve the silence. Mm. Does anyone have any of those halogen LED lights that blinds everybody on the road? Yeah. What's your impression on them? I personally don't like them. I think they probably cause more disturbance and distraction than what was there before. Who expected this rain? Well, the Weather Channel did. They actually predicted it. Here I am. Somewhere in the rain. Are you a person that likes to rush inside when it's raining or when they predict rain? Do you always pack an umbrella? Are you against getting wet when it comes to rain? Just hard to see. Has to be a little room so I can see. There it is. And this place, if you come here in Halloween, you'll see how busy it gets, especially during the fall. The fall has a way of making everything look a little spooky, a little desolate, right in time for Halloween and the changing of the leaves. It's a beautiful place to come. They have what's considered the West Crafts Festival, where you can sell as well as buy different crafts, handmade crafts that people have designed. You see somebody coming. People like to walk and drive in the rain or run in the rain. Not only to cool down, but also as a sense of accomplishment. You don't have to let the day determine what you do. It might determine how you do it, but still get out there anyway, you know? Just because it's raining doesn't mean that you can't go outside, doesn't mean that you can't be outside. And if you're depending on someone else, in this case, the weather, or let's say somebody you agreed to meet up with to go out, and they canceled the plan because of the rain, and the event's not even indoors, but they just canceled because of the weather, you can still go. You can still be determined to have a different kind of day. In between working, in between vacation time, in between days off, in between time spent with family, with children, with errands, how much time do you actually have to do something that you enjoy? Or is it not important to you? Or can you only appreciate life when somebody is paying for your time? Car right in front of us, parked in the middle of the road. That's why you drive slow. There it is. always good to maintain a little distance between you and the car in front of you. Perfect day to get in touch with your solitude. The thing is, after it rains, everything is prime for photographing. Leaves, the flowers, the soil, the stone. But you have to show up for the opportunity. You don't know how many opportunities I would have missed if I just didn't show up. And that's just a overall good attitude to have in life. Just show up. For the things you need to do and for the things you want to do. Some people only go out in the daytime because they think it's safer. Other people, they only go out at night because they don't want people to see them. Either way, you're going to have a different experience. Which one is better? A little balance. Ultimately, it's up to you, which you prefer. What do you think? I like the way this rain is going to wash off a lot of the pollen in the air that was accumulating on the streets and on cars. This park, when it's not raining, is usually full of people. Oh, see lightning. See people walking their dogs, jogging, tending to the grass. And to the plots. This is one of the better cemeteries because it's well taken care of, and there's usually, if you like that sort of thing. One thing about Pennsylvania, city of Philadelphia, is that when it rains like this, it could just be a flash flood, while the streets will get flooded quickly. The draining system is not as good for draining as a place like New York, maybe some other cities. I remember the first time I came to Philadelphia, it was just a short rain that lasted for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and the streets were flooded because the draining system couldn't handle it. The other way, we can see a little bit visibility on this side, but it's still limited. You're out in the rain, it kind of puts you in touch with your primitive ancestors, the ones that didn't have adequate shelter but saw rain coming from a long ways away. Had that frequency. and the need to survive and to keep their family together. Okay, we went this way. No car coming. I like the sound. Well, sound becomes a sound when it's raining. When you go under a tree, it pauses for a moment as if you were going under a bridge. About to pass the Weeping Willow, who today has extra reason to weep. Something very poetic about the rain. Someone who likes poetry like myself, I'm in my element. You can already see the humidity becoming less, which is a good thing. Let me open the other window. Let the air flow through. It's not coming down as hard as it was. Still coming down steady, but not as hard as it was. There's a life lesson in there somewhere. Maybe you're going through a hard time. Things are not happening as fast as you thought they should. But hang in there. It's still coming down steady, but not as hard as it was. Understood? Understood. It has stopped to the point where you can leave the windows open without water blowing in. Let's go around here. Turn around here. What will we find around the corner? Question that people have asked for centuries. Many times it was friendliness, or many times it was worry. They'll have to bring you through here when it's not as foggy out, not as hazy. Really is a beautiful place. There comes a runner. Let's go around. I respect people who do things not just because they have to, but because they're determined to. Because they're doing it without, they have an expectation, but they don't know if they're going to get there, but they still show up. And encouragement and motivation is a lifestyle. It's not just for children. It's hard for children to listen to adults that, you know, stop believing in themselves and stop trying. So you might as well, you know, get up and do something, even though it's raining. Your brain needs to be able to move as well. All right, I think that's been about 25 minutes, enough to speak to somebody. Even if you're speaking to one person, that's enough. That person comes back, might tell somebody about it, then you have two people. Don't get discouraged by that ticker that says how many people liked your post or visited your page. Just stay consistent. I'll see you.